What's up, everybody? Coach Sean here with CrossFit Reflection. I wanted to clarify a couple of the changes that you may have noticed with the programming. By design, we put it in so that you can see that it's a progression built off of our foundation of GPP programming, which is your general physical preparedness, right? Everyone can do the GPP programming. Everyone can do competition programming as well. However, there will be a checklist as to a mental checklist as to whether or not you should be doing competition programming, or even moving up into doing regionals programming, or what will eventually be individualized programming, or your regionals programming, right, or your games programming, right? So when looking at the GPP programming, right, it's designed to develop functional strength, right, sound mobility, right, and then we start adding the speed. Right? Because first we train capability and then we train capacity, right? So you can look at GPP programming, right? And if you have enough time, right, you can try to tackle the competition programming if you move well enough, right? And if you've been CrossFitting for more than 6 months, then you can try to tackle some of the competition challenges, right? The only difference between competition programming and GPP programming is people who want to do competitions. If you start doing the competition programming workouts, they will have in them what is required of you at competitions, right? You go to a competition, you'll be more than prepared if you've been adding in the competition programming. But again, you have to ask yourself, do you move well enough? And of course, do you have enough time, right? And are you following what your PT or your coach has been instructing you to do, right? After the competition programming, you'll see there is regionals programming, or like I said, what will eventually be individualized programming. These workouts are designed to be concise. They're like a scalpel as opposed to a sledgehammer, right? They will target people's weaknesses, right? Be it aerobic conditioning, anaerobic conditioning, right? Short phosphocreatine explosive conditioning, right? Do these people want to develop more muscle ups? Do they want to develop better overhead positioning, right? Do they want to develop more power in their clean or their snatch, right? These workouts are designed specifically for people or a group of people to make them better for a specific task. Right? So it would be irresponsible of me to tell someone who is doing GPP programming right now, right, to go ahead and try to tackle one of these workouts, just scale it. Because generally, the movements that are required here, right, have a foundation built upon in GPP, right? So I'm not saying that people that are at GPP shouldn't be doing individual programming or regional programming, right? Because individual programming would be tailored to the person's ability, right? But what I am saying is you should ask yourself, am I mobile enough, right? Can I move with fluidity, right, and sound movement, right? Because it's like Oscar tells us, right? With high capacity or high rep, speed movements, you have to ask yourself, right, am I mobile enough? Because it's built on a foundation of mobility, right? Then we add speed, right? And then we add strength, right? Look at any gymnast who starts doing Olympic lifting, right? Someone who's very, very mobile doing Olympic lifting. They advance very quickly, right? Because they move well. It's easy to take someone who moves well and teach them to be fast and then teach them to be strong, right? It's very difficult to take somebody who is strong, not very flexible, and teach them to Olympic lifting, because you have to fight through years and years of tissue growth, right? Growth that's made them have tissue that inhibits their motion or the mobility, right? So again, right, are you mobile enough, right? Can you do it with speed, right? And then we start adding strength, right? But again, it all goes back to GPP, right? Everyone, myself included, needs general physical preparedness. It all starts right here, right? So, this is going to be the first of many video blogs, right? If you have any questions or subjects that you would like to hear about, go ahead and throw them in the comment section. I'll see what I can do about addressing questions in the comments. If you have any questions about the programming whatsoever, feel free to ask me, right? If you're in that limbo area where you're like, should I be doing competition addendums, right? Or should I be focusing on my GPP, right? First thing you ask yourself is, am I perfectly mobile? If you're not perfectly mobile, if you have a hip problem or a shoulder problem, talk to myself or talk to Oscar, right? I'll tell you to go talk to Oscar, right? But get yourself assessed, get yourself screened, see if there's something wrong with you, right? If it's deeper than just tissue manipulation, right? That's the first thing to keep you safe. Second of all, ask a coach, right? Myself, right? Any of the other coaches are more than happy to tell you if you should be doing addendums built on the GPP, right? Because remember, we work to rest. We get stronger when we're resting, right? Less is sometimes more, right? More can sometimes make you more inflexible, which is going to hinder the way you move. And if you want to change the way that you move, change the way you perform in CrossFit, right? Change your mobility, right? It will change the way you look as an athlete, which you'll appreciate in the end because it'll keep you safe, it'll keep you strong, right? And it'll keep you doing this for lots and lots of years. Thank you.